Hey guys, this is Apostle Ely. We're here with you guys tonight. We got all right, Kimberly Simpson. You the first, my Gemini in here first. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Popping like popcorn. This is gonna be a really hey, it's gonna be a really good night. Yes, it's gonna this is really stimulated from something I'm dealing with some members of my church, and I want to share some of it instead of just coming in. Who is that? All right, nerds, come through. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all is on the money. That's what I'm talking about. I really appreciate y'all support. Remember, good evening to you as well. Remember, you guys, make sure you're 18 years or older and post your zodiac sign. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of our live tonight. And I really want to share some insight tonight. And like I said, my name is Apostle Ely, and I am apostle and pastor, and my practices are deeply rooted in African tradition. And I was going to actually do my spiritual bath tonight and really soak, but I think it's so important, the information that I'm going to share, and hopefully that those that are open-minded that will take some of this information and utilize it in their personal life. One of the things that I constantly tell people, the things that I bring to you are universal. In other words, you don't have to be in my particular faith. You don't necessarily have to practice what I practice, but the information is universal. It'll fit any person. If you are really practicing your spirituality, this information that I give will help you no matter your race, creed, or color. Yes. Brother Mario, if you don't mind sending Sister Jackie a text. She just sent a text asking me was I on. I think I just seen my Aquarius come in. Is that my Aquarius? Is that my Aquarius that came in? Got my Gemini, my Capricorn. Yes, I'm paying attention to y'all. Let me tell y'all something. We living in a time, as you see my, yes. All right, baby. Um, we see that I'm talking about tonight and manifesting hidden enemies. How would you as an individual manifest hidden enemies? And I know, especially in the church world, we love to talk about enemies. And this is a subject matter I don't really like to talk. Aries is in the house. This is a subject matter I do not like to talk about because a lot of people that are immature make people their enemies that are not their enemies. Just because somebody disagree with you don't make them your enemy. Just because somebody don't ride with you in a particular situation doesn't make them your enemy. Because a lot of times the people that we call enemies are not our enemies. It's just people that we don't either agree with, we don't live our lives like that. I'm talking about real enemies, okay? I'm talking about people that are going out their way to sabotage you, hurt you, destroy you. That's what I'm talking about tonight, okay? Um, I'm going to be coming from Second Chronicles 18 and she refreshing, okay. Second Chronicles 18, verse 29. And I got this little Bible here because my Bible is at the church. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the light. Thank you for your patience too. Okay? And let me say, I'm talking about manifest enemy. I'm not talking about nobody in my church. I'm not talking about nobody in particular, really. But I think it's what I'm dealing with is one of my members going through something. And I want to teach you all, if you do not have spiritual gifts like me, if you don't have discerning of spirits, I'm going to show you how to discern a hidden enemy. Even if you don't have visions and dreams, even though you may not have prophecy. But the Bible said that God will let nothing come upon you unaware. And many of you all will not pay attention to the signs that God give you. And you're more bent on how you describe this person than what God is showing you. And that's a personal thing. I can't control you. Thank you so much. Okay, two moms. I think that's what it said. But thank you so much for the gift. Two moms squad. All right now. Love you too, baby. Now, Somebody does not have to agree with you or how you live or how you desire to practice your spirituality. That don't make them an enemy. It's when they try to interfere in what you're doing. People having opinions, that's fine. People disagreeing, that's fine. People not wanting to be involved, that's fine. It's when somebody makes themselves an opposition to what you have a right to believe in or practice, okay? So I just want that clear. Because in the church world, especially in Christianity, we love making people enemies, and I ain't trying to do none of that tonight. Okay? Now, I'm going to start at verse 29. 2 Chronicles 18:29. Listen to this real good. Manifesting your hidden enemies. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself, and I will go to battle. And it says, but put thou on thy robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to battle. Now the king of Assyria had commanded the captains of the chariots, listen to this real good, that they were with him, saying, fight ye not with small or great, save only the king of Israel. And it came to pass, when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, it is the king of Israel, right? Therefore they compassed him about to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, the Lord help me. And God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass that when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him. And a certain man drew a bow at a venture and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Therefore he said to his chariot man, turn out of the host, for I am wounded. Now the reason why I want to talk about this tonight is, here is Ahab, the king of Israel. Okay, Sister Jackie here with us. Listen to me. Here is Ahab in a situation, and Ahab was prophesied that he would, when he go into battle, he would die. And what he did, he decided with Jehoshaphat to change their garments. And Jehoshaphat would put on his robes, and he would put on Jehoshaphat's robe. And so he felt like, because if he changed his garment, how many know that people would disguise themselves as friends? People would disguise themselves as support. People would disguise themselves as allies. They are not. And you need to know whether you are spiritual or not, what to look for. If you don't have a prayer life and you're really not into spiritual practices, what could you do? What could happen for you to pay attention enough, to observe enough, to know when somebody has disguised themselves? Ahab was trying to avoid prophecy from coming to pass. So he felt that he could deceive God by changing his garments. There are people that literally think that they can hide in darkness. They can hide behind the scenes. And let me tell y'all something. If this was not happening, we would not have friends sleeping with their friend husband. If that wasn't happening, we wouldn't have best friends taking somebody else's job. If it wasn't so, we wouldn't have people up under pastors stealing sheep. A lot of stuff wouldn't be going on if we understand. I'm waiting on some of my moderators to stay focused. Okay, took care of that. Now, why is this important? If you're going to truly practice spiritual life, your spiritual life, you're going to have to be able to identify. You're going to have to be able to identify. Thank you so much, guys. You're going to have to be able to identify that which is hidden. That means it's not going to be in plain sight all the time. A lot of you all, except your enemy, is wearing a neon shirt or banner and saying, I'm against you. You don't see it. All the signs are there. All right, Cancer and Gemini there. Some of you, if it is not completely obvious, You cannot even detect this person's character enough to see that this person is not for you. Ahab decided to disguise himself. We must understand what kind of disguises can people put on that will not make it so obvious that they are against us. Because a lot of people, I wrote down here, I didn't intend to go this far, but I wrote down here, people lace themselves with jealousy. They lace themselves with envy. And you call them friend, you call them mom, you call them brother, you call them sister, you call them lover. If you do not understand what an enemy is, it is a person that is in opposition to what you're trying to accomplish. Not somebody that dislikes your shoes. Not somebody that doesn't agree with what you're doing. That is not an enemy. Because people don't have to like your favorite color. People don't have to like who you love. They don't have to do that. Only person need to like who you love is you. I'm going to say this again. I have never seen so many people that do not understand what is for them and what is against them. Is somebody trying to destroy your relationship? Is somebody trying to undermine you on your job? That's an adversary. Is somebody trying to break up you and your children, your household? That's an adversary. Somebody not approving of what you're doing, that's not an adversary. That's somebody with an opinion. And we all know everybody got an opinion, just like everybody got an asshole. That's irrelevant. I'm talking about somebody that is disguising them, that is right up on you, and you can't even see them because they're laced with certain things that you're not paying attention to. Okay? 1 Samuel 28. The reason why I'm saying this, because some of you are praying prayers and you're asking God to avenge you of your adversary. You're asking God to remove stumbling blocks. But you're not paying attention to who the real enemy is. You're not aware enough of, sometimes you don't need to pray. Sometimes you need to watch. Sometimes you just need to watch the character of certain people. I be trying to give y'all hints. Pay attention to how they respond when you are happy. You still don't pay attention. Let me tell y'all something. I asked this question to somebody one time. I said, why is it that you always have a problem with people that helping me? Why is it that some way, somehow you get into it with people that are trying to help me? Because that should trigger. If you're saying that this person is helping you, and then I turn around and always trying to make issue with that person, you need to pay attention to me. If you they find out that you and the supervisor or the boss got a good relationship, and all of a sudden they up in the boss ear, and now you and the boss having a problem. Why aren't you paying attention? The very people that you tell where your good fishing hole is, all of a sudden it's a no trespassing sign on your fishing hole. How do you not pay attention? How do you not pay attention to the things that you share with people that are personal? Then all of a sudden, all right, Tara and our sister Sherry, all of a sudden, the very personal information that you have given, all of a sudden is public information. You're not paying attention? You're not paying attention. If you don't have a dream, you don't have a vision, there are certain things that you have shared with certain people that nobody should be talking about. And all of a sudden now it is public information. 1 Samuel. I'm trying to tell y'all, there are certain things you don't have to be spiritual. If you just take some of this knowledge, wisdom, understanding I'm giving you, it'll help you a lot. I love you too. She loved me. Your husband came to a Bible study last night. Yes. 1 Samuel 28, verse 8. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment and went, and the two men with him, and they came into the woman by night. And she said, I pray thee, divine, he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me up whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul had done, how he has cut off those who have familiar spirit, the wizards, and out of the land. Wherefore thou layest thou a snare for my life, cause me to die. Now listen at this. This woman didn't know she was talking to Saul, the very one that she was saying. Y'all know, some of y'all don't even, there are certain people. I have people talking about me and don't even know me. And I'm the one, they talking to me about me. But they don't even know me because they just heard information about me. But they actually talking to me about me to me. That's how oblivious certain people are. They just running their mouth. They don't even know who they talking about. They don't know who they even referring to. But here once again, King Saul disguised himself. Hi. All right, Sister Sherry. So here we are again. King Saul disguising himself. Let me tell y'all this. People place on garments, even in spiritual practices, they cover their works with cloth. So most of them use black, so you can't see what they're doing. There's a way that you can hide your work or your spiritual work from the eyes of people, where it takes a real seer to actually see in the darkness of what people are doing. There are some people are very skilled at their spiritual work, that they can hide their work, and it would take a real seer, a God revealing it. I have literally told some of you what is coming up. I have revealed the hidden things to you, and you sit there as though that this bullet or this arrow is not coming. I have explained to many of you all, that person ain't for you. They're going to be a problem. That person ain't got it for you like that. But instead of you taking the counsel that I give, you set out on a mission to try to make me wrong, because you try to make who I am, who you are, to your mom and your dad. You know how when you're kids, you try to prove your parents wrong? Some of y'all still in that mode that you're trying so hard to defy people that you don't recognize when God is giving you some insight on what's going on in your life, so you can adjust yourself, so you don't get trapped up or hemmed up by your hidden enemies. What is the purpose of God allowing somebody to be in your life that reveals to you your hidden adversity, your hidden enemy, your hidden adversary, and you yet function as though that person don't have that agenda? I'm going to say it again. Why is it? What is the purpose of God revealing to you what somebody is doing when you ain't going to do nothing about it? You're literally going to sit there and wait till they actually do what they had plotted to do and then claim victim. Thank you so much for the fire. Thank you so much for the flowers. Y'all is loving a brother. I appreciate y'all. I got on here tonight, no matter how I felt. I'm a UPS driver. It's Mother's Day coming up, Mother's weekend. It's crazy out there delivering. Almost 200 stops a day. But something is going on with some of you all that you're not taking heed to the information that you are being given. And you're not positioning yourself. Because some of you feel like, I'm going to always be there. I'm going to always be there to bail you out. That is not wisdom. The purpose for you to be around me is for you to learn certain techniques. Whether you ever become a seer, whether God ever show you dreams and wonders in heaven, that's irrelevant. There are certain things that I teach each and every person. Because God let nothing come up. He will let nothing come upon anybody unaware. Whether you pay attention to the signal, hey Bella, how you doing, baby? Thank you for joining us tonight. When you get warning signs, it is your responsibility. When this friend of yours starts throwing all kind of underhanded shade, that's an alert. When your homeboy talking about He say some slide like, oh, I knocked that off. I smack. Wait a minute. We friends. What you talking about? He smashing my girl. Oh man, I was just playing. No. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. All right. Congratulations. Thank you guys. Thank you for the fire. Thank you for the flower. Let me tell you something. There are some people out there, and you talking right now, sir. Thank you so much, baby. There are some people right now have been literally revealed to you and telling you what their agenda is, and you still slow walking when these people have an agenda to bring you harm. Let me tell y'all something. You might not want to hear this today, but some of you are so distracted by small stuff, you don't see the big enemy. Somebody trying to get on your nerve. Thank you so much for Jesus loving you. Thank you. I done found that block button. I got the power. Let me tell y'all something. Don't be so distracted with small stuff till you can't see the real adversary. Because some of us get tired out with the small stuff to when it's time to fight the real adversary, the real hidden enemy, you ain't even got the energy to fight him. This is why this live is so important. That if you keep sweating the small stuff, you're going to run out of gas before it's time to take the real trip. When I identify what's coming, that is for you to get in position to stop your adversary. That is not for you to sit there and wait till you get into a situation and then call Apostle Ely. Help me. If you love me, help me. If you care about me. No, if you love you, when God bless you enough to find out who your hidden adversaries are, then you got time. You don't have to be as powerful as me, but the amount of time you've been knowing who's against you, you've been having time to build up and set you a snare for your adversary. I told you they was coming. I told you they was coming. I told you why. And you still. Because especially the people with me, they get so comfortable. Pastor, you ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. I'm not God. I'm a son of God. You have lessons to be learned. Pay attention. When I tell some of you, when you walk in limelight, are you mentally ready? Because they're coming for you. Because they're not walking in that light and they don't want you in that light. What else do I have to tell you? I give you information so you can adjust yourself and you can put yourself in a stronger position so your enemies cannot overcome you. Matthew 7. Some of y'all using y'all weapon on the wrong people. By the time your real enemy come, you ain't got no more incense. Because you done burned it on the wrong person. Some of y'all have no idea. Some people ain't your enemy. They their own enemy. They don't even qualify to be your enemy. They their own hang up. They their own issue. Matthew 7, verse 15. It says this: beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. Why is this important, y'all? Here we go again. Everybody putting on garments. Are you paying attention? They come to you in a smile. Let me tell y'all something. I done say this over and over. Never listen at what somebody say. Watch what they do. That's even me. I can't get no more honest. If I would tell you as the apostle and the pastor of the church that you got to watch me, then you watch what somebody do, not what they say. Baby, I love you. How you know? You ain't suffer with me. How you love me? You ain't been through nothing with me. How? Oh, I got it. How? We ain't went through nothing. Your love got to be tested. And I'm watching. Your support got to be tested. When you get mad, do you take your ball home and watch it? You ain't got to be spiritual. Let me tell y'all something. Because some of y'all trip your own self up. I'm going to give you some solid everyday living. You will always have a place to stay with people as long as you got some place to go. You will always have a ride as long as you have transportation. You will always have a friend when you being somebody's friend. But get in a need, get in a real need, you will find out very quickly, sir. You will find out very quickly, man, because if you're not paying attention, long as you up, everybody love you. Everybody want to support you. Everybody want to be there for you. How you know? Rich people always have friends until they get broke. Get in a real need. Know who your real friend? The one that be rolling with you when you ain't got. Who know who your real friend? The one that know you when you ain't got your weave in. You know who your real friend is when you pass. That the one that really know you, that your checking account done been closed. That's your real friend. And nobody know it. That's your real friend. You don't need spiritual gifts. Pay attention to how people behave. How all of a sudden you hit the lotto and they show up. How you gonna take them as a friend? How you gonna take them as a support? You think that man got it for you? Lose that job. Lose that house. Oh, some of y'all know they ain't really got it for you because that's why you won't let your house go. That's why you won't let your job go. Because some of y'all know certain people ain't got it for you like that. But you want to walk around and knowing that that's a wolf in sheep clothing. You know that person don't have it for you like that. But you will gamble and then want somebody to feel sorry for you when they do some trifling stuff to you. Why do you have? Why? Why? What is an enemy? This person does not have it for you. They don't want to see you prosper. It shouldn't be that difficult. The only time they come around is when you have. You get happy, they get mad. You get a relationship, they stop calling and talking. They try some type of way, they try to manipulate you to behave a certain type of way to cause problems in your relationship. What? You don't need a pendulum. You need to open your damn eyes and unlock your ears and pay attention to what you are seeing and pay attention to what you're hearing. If what you hearing and what you seeing don't add up, then that's a problem. You don't need the heavens to open up for that. You don't need to throw not one card. You don't need to throw no bones. It don't take you long to see where somebody coming from if you're paying attention. I told my son, I said, you want to know how a woman feel about you? I said, make her mad. I said, go out your way and piss her off. Because when she get mad, she going to tell you what she really think. Faustina, why would you do that? Because I want my son to know the truth. If you don't have daddy's gift and you can't see, when people are angry, they tell you how they really feel. When they ain't getting what they want, they show you right then because they start changing up on you. I don't get mad with people. I just count how many steps they took back. How many steps? You said you had my back, but when you got mad with me, you took 7 steps back. So I know not to trust you in them 7 steps no more. I still deal with you. But every time you take a step back, I'm counting. The Bible says, a wise man sit down first and count up the cost. Why every time you going through something, certain people step to the side or they step back? You ain't counting? So you know not to trust them like that no more. Trust their character. Don't trust what come out their mouth. Trust their character. You will never be deceived if you trust somebody's character. Whether they got good character or bad character. Your enemies will reveal themselves. Thank you so much for the gifts, Sister Tree. Thank you, huh? Thank you for the roses. Let me tell y'all something. You know why I tell people you can't buy me? I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Stop being a type of person that you can be bought. Long as somebody giving you, you in a good spirit. They stop giving you, you change up on folk. When I say I can't be bought, don't mean I don't receive offerings, I don't receive donations. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm not going to change whatever God is saying to you or about you just because you gave me something. That's what I mean I can't be bought. Because I'm going to deposit your offering. I'm going to do that. Don't get me twisted at all. I'm going to do that. But if you think you can invest in me, that I'm going to tell you something contrary to what the Spirit has already spoken to me, you're sadly mistaken. Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you, Sister Jackie. I'm trying. Now, guess what? I ain't told y'all no spiritual secret yet. I'm just telling you, if you would apply certain things, you would know where your support is. And you would know how much support you have from anybody. I don't care what their name is. When you got down sick, where were they? When you got broke, where were they? When you were hungry, how y'all so close and bitch you don't know I'm hungry? Are y'all hearing me? How is it that you can really say in your heart that you know this person got it for you like that, and when you get into certain predicaments, they are nowhere to be found? Where are you coming up with this math? How did you get this formula? Who's your math teacher? Who taught you how to add? Is anybody hearing me? Before you read Psalms, before you pray on a candle, before you light an incense, you need to truly define opposition versus ignorant people. Okay? We finna get somewhere. Here's again. Psalms. I'm burning a black candle right now, y'all. And it's leaking on my paper. Psalm 62. I had this young man, somebody from a mama passed, come looking for him. So my problem was, you ain't showed up for the funeral. You ain't showed up for none of the stuff that was going on. But then you gonna come, like, that's plain. You don't need no spirit to tell you what this person's agenda is. It's time to get on that ass. You trying me. And since you nominated yourself, I'm going to elect you. The house that I have in the Highlands in Bureau is on a corner lot. My house where I am right now is on a corner lot. When I see somebody in my neighborhood, I know you coming for me. Because you weren't in the neighborhood, because I don't live in a place. You got to actually come where I am. So I'm not up under the pretense. I don't need to seek God. I don't need to lay before my altar. I don't need to anoint my third eye. I don't need to ask, get no alum to illuminate so I can see my. I already know you coming from. If you in my neck of the woods, you coming for me. And as a Sagittarian, I'm gonna let these arrows fly. Are y'all hearing me? There are certain things that you already know that this is against this person's character. You can't pretend to be my friend. You can't even pretend to have my best interest at heart. You didn't show up when it was important to show up. Are y'all hearing me? And y'all want to get mad at me, but you ain't mad with that person that's smiling in your face and stabbing you in your back. You ain't mad with them. You just mad with me for shining light on it. You want me to keep listening at you talk about how somebody treating you, but all the signs are there. No, I'm not fit to sit there and listen at you bitch about somebody that obviously don't got it for you. That's a mental problem. You need to find new horizon. Everything about their action is telling you if you get down, they're not going to be there. And if they hang around, they only... Let me tell y'all something. There are some people who will hang around you just to see you go down. Anybody that's around you that ain't helping you clean up is not a friend. I told my son, I said, I need you to cut the yard. He told his friend, said, can he come out and play? I said, no, he got to cut the yard first and then he can play. You know what his friend did? His friend went home and got his lawnmower. I already had my own lawnmower and he helped my son cut that yard so they could play. Now that's a friend. How many of you all done told your friend what you got to do and then they turn around and go home and get their broom, they mop, they Fabuloso, and come in and help you clean up so y'all can go out and have some fun? Or they sit there and watch you clean up, or they walk off and don't help you at all. What kind of friend you got? How you don't know who for you? When you present to your friend that there's a choice, we teach our children this. You got your friends for a sleepover. Y'all done played, messed up the room, and they had a blast. Now it's time to clean up. Now your friends say they're ready to go home. You going, well, we all tore this house up. And we all gonna clean up. But you ain't going nowhere. Because you gonna help me clean this up. But you won't be back no more. If we teach our children that, why we don't know that as an adult? You don't give them one time to do it to me. My youngest son unfriended me on Facebook one time. He unfriended me one time. This is my own child. Then he tried to friend me back. I said, no, sir. You only get one time to do that to me. Why would I give you another opportunity? Because I'm going to make you mad again. I'm a Sagittarian. Oh, I'm going to piss you off again. And so therefore, to keep us from having this reoccurrence, I'm going to do you a favor. So y'all, some of y'all listening to me, some of y'all know the behavior and the character of certain people that's around you, and you keep giving them an opportunity to do it to you. But you want to be mad with me for revealing it to you. It's a first time, shame on them. Second time, shame on me. When you going to take the responsibility? Psalm 62, verse 4. It says this: they only consult, that means they only communicate to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies, they bless with their mouth, but curse inwardly. Praise the Lord, sis. Praise the Lord, bruh. Jesus loves you. And at the Klan rally, right after they say it. Why isn't it obvious, y'all? You don't need a light from heaven. You don't need a light. Some people are not even hidden. There are some people that are hidden enemies. But some of this stuff y'all dealing with, everybody said, Ray Charles said, did you see it? Stevie Wonder said, yeah, I saw that yesterday. But you act like you can't see. You know what you blinded by? You blinded by what you want them to be to you. You know that if you don't provide a place for y'all to stay, he gone. You already know if you don't do certain things, she ain't gonna be there. You ain't crazy. You want to play us crazy. You don't want to test the water. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why I want to talk about an enemy, because when God sends you a friend, you ain't gonna know how to behave. Your experience is not there to make you think everybody against you. Your experience is not there to make you think that nobody want to see you win. Your spirit, your trials and tribulation come there for you to learn how to exercise your discernment, your judgment. It is nobody's fault that at your age that you still have piss poor judgment. What that got to do with spirituality? That goes for everybody. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your race is. I don't care who you believe in, who you call on, who your ancestors is. Everybody at some point should have a certain level of good judgment. Because at this point, you should know what you want, what you don't want. You should know who for you, who against you. You should have had enough experiences with enough people that you can have sober way of looking at a situation and evaluating that situation. So when I do come along and say, Sister Monique, that person is against you. Brother Mario, that person's against you. Bella, watch out for this. You should be able to look at it and that thing lie, and you say, you know what? Thank you, Apostle Ely. I got it from here. Thank you, Apostle Ely. I know what to do now. Thank you, Apostle Ely. This is done. No, you're going to get mad with me because you at this point in your life still don't know how to assess who got it for you and who's only there for the ride. A parasite is not your enemy. It is something that you have allowed to house on you and draw your energy. That's your fault. Because when your real enemy come in, it come to take your head out. It come to steal, kill, and destroy. That person in your life just using you. That ain't your enemy. That's somebody that you want around so you don't have to be by yourself. That's a whole nother issue. Because one thing you're not going to do, especially if you get one of my consultations, I'm going to call it out what it is. So you can tell them lies to your other posse. You ain't going to tell them lies to me. My job is to show you how to manifest your hidden enemies. Set the trap. Set the trap. Because some of y'all scared to test y'all friendship. I ain't. I told Brother Mario, he'll tell you, I told him the reason why I trust Brother Mario at the level I trust Brother Mario, because when I was getting on him about certain things, none of his family gave me no problem. He close with his family. He wasn't going back behind my back talking to his mama, his brother, or his sister. Because when you tell people how I get on you, they're going to catch an attitude. That's how I knew he wasn't talking. I don't need no spiritual gifts. Because your family going to tell on you. If you don't like that woman, your children going to tell on you because they're going to treat her how you talk about her. You don't need no spiritual gifts. Watch the child. The child come up and hug you, they saying good stuff about it. The child stay away from you, they talking about your ass. You don't need spiritual gift for that. Just pay attention. That's how I knew you was out there talking to your family about what I was doing, because they were copping attitudes with me. It's very simple. Everything ain't about spiritual gifts. If you watch the fruit, if you pay attention to how the bush, let me tell you, Pastor Ferguson told me, if you beat that bush and ain't nothing in there, ain't nothing coming out. I'm going to say that again. If you beat the bush and ain't nothing in there, ain't nothing coming out. A lot of you all need to hit that tree. A lot of you all need to test some water and see what's in that tree. That's why I told my son, make her mad. That's beating that bush. Because whatever in her heart, her mouth going to speak. Whatever in your heart, when you get mad, whatever you think about me, you going to say it. And I want you to say it so I can tear your ass up. Because I already know you think that way anyway. Because you think you bring anybody around me that think I don't know how you really think and what's really in your heart, you don't know Apostle Samuel Jr. God gonna always let me know who around me. Huh? I'm not having, no. You can't be up on me and I don't know who you is. That's why I tell people don't lie to me. Because I already know who you is. And if I roll with you, I already know how you is. Christ already knew how the disciples are. When God revealed your hidden enemies, are you ready to respond? Or are you not ready? Because don't be out here reading these Psalms. Don't be out here praying these prayers. And you're not prepared for the enemy when it come out the bush. Thank you. Let me tell y'all something. This is some real life stuff. This is some real life information. Stop discounting so your life can move more smoothly. You can grow. You can achieve. It's time you too grown. White, black, Asian. I'm tired of black people arguing with white people about how they feel about them. I'm tired of it. It's just like, why? There's nothing to argue. It's obvious. It's not even hidden. It ain't nobody's fault that you keep wanting to be accepted where somebody got a problem with you. You need therapy. I'm in there trying to buy my bikini underwear. And cause you walk up while I'm in the department store and I'm a pastor, an apostle, you think I'm not gonna buy what I like to put on my behind? Cause you standing there. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to grow up. And I'm not talking about in age. I'm talking about just in life. Stop making people problems that ain't nobody problem. You don't pay my bills. You don't take care of me. I don't see how you a problem. You don't sign my check. You ain't doing. I don't understand it. At what age do you just grow the hell up? You ain't even ready for your enemies when your enemies come along because you too busy sweating the small stuff. You walking in the hot sun, I'm in my car in my AC and I'm gonna let you bother me. You got 2 suits and 1 pair of shoes and I'm gonna let you bother me? You got 1 good wig that you borrow and I'm gonna let you bother me? You got a Negro that you got to take care of and I'm gonna let you bother me? You got to connive to get everything you got and I'm gonna let you bother me? Why? Then when your adversary comes, you're so mentally drained, emotionally zonked, that now your real adversary that's really coming in to try to destroy your world, you ain't ready for them. You ain't even ready. Now you overwhelmed because you made people matter that don't matter. You made people become a factor and they're not a factor. That's not nobody's fault. That's something you doing. Let me tell y'all something. I was in a meeting the other day and I sent a manager that already told other people, he didn't tell it to me, but he told other people that he don't see me as a head shop steward. It's 3 of shop stewards in our building. He said he don't see me as a head shop steward. We just all shop steward. He treat them all the same. I didn't argue with him. But when his boss came into that meeting, he asked our union representation, who is the head shop steward? He called me he said, who the primary shop steward? They pointed at me. And I looked at the manager. I don't care. Some of y'all worry about what people say or don't say about y'all. If you have the authority in a position, why do you care? If you the wife, why you care what that hoe on the outside say? If you the husband, why do you care what he's saying? I don't. I don't know how y'all don't understand that you the one got the position and the power. You the one got it. And you worried about somebody else that don't got it. So what? Do you think The elephant cares about the fly that's flying around his anus. He take his tail and wax it and keep on moving. Thank you. I'm going to say this again. How can we get you prepared for your real adversity when you don't know what a friend is? When you don't know what a real enemy is? You out here want to drop nuclear warheads on somebody because they didn't hold the door open for you when you came through. That don't make no sense. You sound psychotic. You use all your heavy artillery. And then when it happens, when your real adversary comes, you ain't got no real bombs. Because you don't use all your good stuff on a crackhead. Y'all in Walmart, 2 cashiers in spiritual warfare. Y'all both need y'all ass whooped. How you in warfare in Walmart? Y'all at the laundromat showing out. Y'all both in poverty. What is y'all at war about? When you got real fish to fry. Thank you, Brother Mark. Okay. Y'all are showing. I appreciate y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I am a Sagittarius with my moon is in Aries. And my Mars is in Scorpio and my Venus is in Scorpio. I am not the one to be played over with. I know an adversary when I see one. Leo is in my house of Venus, a house of enemies. That's how I'm able to see people that are enemies. Spirit gives me the light. When I tell you somebody against you, I don't sound alarm. I'm not an alarmist. I'm not a person that strikes fear and I'm not what they call fear mongering. That I don't do that. But when I tell you somebody's against you, when I tell you somebody's doing what they're doing, I don't have no reason to lie. Because I tell you, because when somebody doing something to me, I confront them to their face. I don't throw no rock and hide my hands. And the reason why I burn a black candle, because anybody that's hiding in the dark, this work gonna get them. Yeah, we gotta do better by one another, Sherry. It's okay for family to disagree. We ain't enemies. We can get on each other's nerves. We not enemies. We a team. We gonna disappoint one another. We not enemies. Because when the real enemy come in, we need everybody on board. Don't mess around and mess up and hurt one of your own teammates because they disagree with you. That's not your enemy. That's somebody that disagrees with you. It's okay. It's life. We got to be sober-minded. Stop messing with these people that ain't got nothing to lose but waste time. That's all they're going to do. They're looking for somebody to entertain them, whether it's positive or negative, because they ain't got nothing going on in their life. But the reason why I burn a black candle on my day of power, because Thursday is my day of power, because I am pissed at how this man gonna try one of my members with this foolishness. You didn't show up for his mama's funeral? Don't show your ass up now. I'm gonna show y'all how you supposed to handle stuff so people know you not nothing to play with. Because there's a time to stand on the porch, and there's a time to come off that porch and defend your yard. Know when somebody treading on your territory. Your yard. That cat in that yard, he stay there. No, we don't get along and dogs, but that cat live there. But you don't live here. Why you here? Why you can't? The gerbil, the parrot, they live here. You don't live here. That's why I try to teach y'all about owning your own position, your power. Because then you'll know when somebody's trying to invade you. You understand your own mind. You'll know when somebody's thoughts trying to invade you. There was a time when I was coming up, people were more bold. Now you got a bunch of cowards trying to throw magic at people. It is what it is. I don't like it, but that's how a lot of people roll. I didn't come up. People that taught me spirituality, they had a problem with somebody, they told them, they went at it. But these people these days, they running, throwing stuff in your yard and doing all this stuff. It's all good. I know how to handle it, but I would prefer a straight up war. But we got a bunch of cowards that hide behind magic, trying to cast little spells and hexes and stuff like that. And that's fine. But I'm going to smash your ass openly. That's how I'm going to do it. They're going to know you was in a war with Apostle Ely. All these people out here come out, they've been in a war with me. They lying. They're the ones that are running up against my protection. You ain't in no war with me. If I ain't declare war on you in the open, no, that's you doing underhanded stuff. That's what that is. That's not a fight. If you as a person, we ain't out in the open, we ain't in no war. How do you reveal? Psalm 64. Read that. In verse 4. No, that's 62. Sorry. Psalm 62, verse 4. But don't read that psalm unless you're ready to deal with your hidden enemies. If you ain't on guard, you know you ain't up to par, you know your wig ain't on straight, don't read that song. This is when you ready. Huh? When you open that screen door, that means you ready to wallow. When you take your earrings off, that means you ready to wallow. If you ain't ready to fight, you keep your earrings on and you keep saying, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know when people don't want to fight, they do all that talking. Apostle Ely is trying to give you some wisdom. You don't need to be spiritual. Take the advice I gave you. Pay attention. Oh, this cleanser. Did y'all get what I said today? If you want to reveal your hidden enemies, Psalm 62, verse 4 will make them surface. And just like anybody else, once people are hidden, either they're going to come all the way in or they're going to run away. Do not do that, sir. Do not pray that prayer, ma'am, if you're not prepared. Because sometimes you don't know whether you got a worthy adversary or not. Because some of y'all be trying to surface and Moby Dick come to the surface and you in trouble. Y'all know, grown people here, y'all know that brother, he don't look like he got nothing. And then it get revealed. And you be like, well, what I'm going to do with all this? You asked for it, here it is. Just trying to tell y'all some wisdom. Stop going out here calling people. Monique, I'm going to drink to that one, Monique. Please, once you have revealed your adversary, treat them as such. Once they have been displayed, go ahead and tell them business. And when you start a war, sometimes it takes a long time to end it. But at least you know that that person, they not being in secret anymore. Okay? So I hope you guys got out of this. I don't want to turn too long because I really need to do my spiritual bath tonight. Because I intend to rain fire down from heaven tonight. I am so not with this. I am so not with this. I don't like when nobody, no, that's too bold. When somebody come on your turf, y'all, I teach this. Stand your ground. I remember getting in a fight with a young man. He was stealing my cousin's bike. Actually, he was my uncle. But he was younger than me. So I would never call him uncle. And that boy running through that path. And that boy ran into, his mama was standing in the door. because y'all don't know me. And he ran in that door up on his mama. And I caught the back of his shirt. His mama standing right in the door. And I snatched him out of his mama house. It's some people in the spirit world will come and snatch your ass out your mama house, out your daddy house, out your husband house. They don't care where you at. Some of y'all got so much comfort around certain people, but some people bold enough to come right up in that harness nest. And I'm one of them. There's some people don't care nothing about who you got standing with you. Talking about your ancestors. All their asses better be there when I get there. I'm going to fight all of them to get to you. Some of y'all playing with certain people. It's not a game out here. It's not a game. Make sure you know what you're doing. All you out here practicing spirituality. You really don't know how to hex people. And you really don't know how to curse people. And you out here playing with energy and stuff. You better know what you're doing. Because you mess around and run up on somebody, they going to come to your house. Everybody ain't scared to come to your house. Everybody ain't scared of a charge. Whoop you and who's in that house. So I'm just telling you, you got a spiritual eleke, you got a spiritual clan, you got a coven. I'll come through there like Hurricane Katrina and have them witches. I'll be breaking brooms, sticks all over the place. Stop playing games and know how to manifest your hidden enemies. And if you're going to bring them out to the open, be ready to deal with it. But if you're not ready to, don't do this, okay? Apostle Eli out of here. Love you all. I'm going to count like I was supposed to do last time. Thank you so much.